Welcome in, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Healing Speaks Chrissy. Yes, I am back with another great topic. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, we will be talking about favorite person in regards to borderline personality disorder. Now, I have never heard of a favorite person, also known as FP. I have never heard of it. So, I was on TikTok looking at some videos about this so I can learn more about it because I wanted to see if I can relate to it. I kind of can't relate to it. I've never assigned anyone as my favorite person. Now, let me tell you something. This is like placing someone on a very high pedestal. This is like interpersonal relationship to a whole nother level. Okay. Now, I want to add before I begin today's video that I believe I was actually someone's favorite person in the past. I'm no longer friends with this person. Yeah, so I believe I was this person's favorite person in the past. They never told me if they had BPD or not, but yeah, I can tell because this person always wanted to be, you know, around me almost every single day. This person enjoyed my company. So, yes, I believe I was actually someone's favorite person. Now, if you never heard of that, if you have never heard of this before, or if you are also a favorite person, you definitely want to watch this video. Okay, you guys, let's get into it. Let's get into the agenda for today. So, for today's agenda, today is August 18th. Today's Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. So I'm going to begin the video with TikTok video audio and then common boundaries and validation. So I'm going over those materials because I believe it correlates with today's topic about favorite person. I went over validation before on my other video, but I also believe that validation also correlates with this um, topic as well. Okay. Now we're going to go into the TikTok video. Give me one moment while I switch screens. All right, here we are. So I'm going to put my headphones on so I can hear the audio. So remember, I only play video audio because it just makes it smoother and I don't have to worry about copyright. So it's just better if I play the audio. I have 3 TikToks to play, you all. I'm only going to play 2 and then I'll come back at the end of this video and play the other one. Okay, so I already have the audio ready. I'm going to play both TikToks back to back and then I'll come back and we'll go over the material. All right. I'm going to place my mic on mute and I'll play the videos and then I'll come right back.
Have you ever heard of the term favorite person when it comes to BPD? This is a person that someone with BPD can become dependent on, and it can be romantic partners, but it can also include therapists, friends, family members, coaches, etc. And they often view them on a pedestal as this like perfect, loving human who can do no wrong. A person with BPD might overshare, constantly ask for reassurance or validation, people please, and expect availability from their favorite person at all times. And their dependence on this person goes beyond just adoration or a honeymoon phase because they're idealizing them to the point where it's all consuming. However, if their favorite person starts to pull away or make mistakes, as human beings naturally do sometimes, then someone with BPD might go to the other extreme. They might start to hate them, they might start to threaten or test them to see if they can hold up to this idealized version that they've created. And if their favorite person doesn't meet those unrealistic standards, or even ends up distancing themselves or cutting off communication, they go from idealization to devaluation. Some characteristics of BPD can include emotional dysregulation, fear of abandonment, and splitting, which is when someone with BPD thinks in black and white. And this allows them to readily discard things that they've assigned as bad and to embrace things that they consider good, even if those things are harmful or risky. So it makes sense for someone to go through mood swings, codependency, and feelings of insecurity with their favorite person. So while the name sounds cute and the attention seems nice, it is important to create those healthy boundaries if you are someone's favorite person. With therapies like DBT and having loved ones around them informed on their condition, people with BPD can still have really fulfilling, healthy relationships.
Let's talk about something a lot of people with BPD experience, but not everyone understands: the favourite person. A favourite person, sometimes called an FP, isn't just your best mate or a crush. For someone with BPD, it's someone you get deeply attached to. And your FP can be anyone: your partner, a friend, a therapist, even a famous person or someone you don't know in real life. It's someone you're thinking about constantly. wanting their attention and feeling absolutely amazing when you're close to them. If they text you back quickly or seem happy with you, it can make your whole day. But if they seem distant, distracted, or don't reply, it can hit hard, sometimes to the point where it feels like your whole world is falling apart. This isn't about being clingy or obsessed, it's a real part of how BPD works. The attachment to an FP often comes from a place of needing stability, safety, or validation, especially if you struggle with self-worth or have a fear of abandonment. For some people, an FP relationship can be the closest thing they've ever felt to a real connection or acceptance. Of course, there's a downside. Putting that much emotional weight on one person, no matter who they are, can make the relationship intense and sometimes fragile. It can be overwhelming for both sides. You might feel amazing one minute and devastated the next if something changes, even a small thing. And if your FP is a celebrity or someone you don't really know, that can bring its own obvious set of challenges, like feeling rejected and unseen by someone who's not even aware of your existence. So what can you do? Build other sources of support. Having a favorite person doesn't make you broken, but putting all your needs in one basket can make life a lot harder. Get a life and get busy. Spread yourself around. Make it so your life is so full you don't have time to concentrate on one person. It helps take the pressure off your FP, and it means you don't crash so hard if things change. And remember, if this is something you're feeling, seek help from a medical professional. Help is out there, but you have to ask it. You need support from more than just one person.
All right. What are your thoughts on that? Who can relate to this? Whether you are the person with the BPD who has a favorite person, or if you are the favorite person, who can relate to this? Now, even though I can kind of relate to this, because I still hear symptoms of BPD in here. Now, just because I do not assign anyone, like someone that I'm strong, I have a strong, deep connection with, just because I do not assign that person as a favorite person, still doesn't mean that this is something that I can't relate to. I can highly still relate to this. I heard a lot of BPD symptoms. And if you're like me, like, no, I've never assigned anyone as a favorite person, but me too, I too can also, relate to this. It's true. Cause like I said, I still heard a lot of BPD symptoms. I heard splitting, black and white thinking. Um, these are things that I still do. I just don't take it to the extreme to where I assign a person that I have a deep connection with on a very high pedestal and make them my favorite person. And like I said in the beginning of this video, there is a reason behind that. And I want to jump into the reasons. All right, so here are the different reasons behind that. Now, this is from the Stare book. I did show what the Stare book looks like on the other video, but that's where I got it from. Now, that's not a DBT module. This is an actual group called Stare. So ask your psychologist or your therapist about that group to see if they offer it. I highly recommend that group. Okay, so as you can see here, we are going to go over the common boundaries in relationships. Now, there are three types. So we got the not close enough. So holding others at a distance. The pros to that is feel protected and safe, less or no conflict. Now the cons to that is not connected, lonely, lack of support, and too much self-reliance. Now if you look at the circles, you have the me and the you. So it's distant. It's that big gap in the middle. It's a huge distance. That is me when it comes to relationships. I am the not close enough person. And that's because I love to be lonely. I love my peace. I am very isolated. Now, I do go out to, if I have to go grocery shopping, I have to go out to work, but then I'm always at home. I love my peace. I don't like to bother people too. I do not like to bother others. So I think this is why I do not have a favorite person or never assign anyone as a favorite person. It's because of this type of boundary relationship that I have, which is not close enough. And also, I think it could be is my my anxiety. I think it could be that too, the anxiety thing. I have GAD, so generalized anxiety disorder. I think that plays a huge role as well to why I have never assigned anyone as a favorite person. So yeah, so that is not close enough. And then in the middle, we have too close, being codependent. So the pros to that is feel connected and in sync, or may feel support sometimes. Now, the cons to this is lack of support around your priorities, lose sense of unique identity, not getting your needs and goals met, and not enough self reliance. Now, look at the circle with this one. The circles are super close, like literally the you circle is on top of the me circle. It's like smothering that person. The you is the person, with the BPD that has, the favorite person. And then the me circle is the favorite person. So as you can see, you are on top of that person. It's like you're smothering this person. You're very codependent. So I guess we can all agree, right? We can all agree that if you have BPD and you are assigning people as your favorite person because of that deep connection, it's the too close. The boundary is too close. Could we all agree? I think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but to me, that's what it looks like. That's what it seems like. And also I heard it in, the TikTok audio that codependency is one of the causes. So yes. And then the last one is optimal healthy boundaries. This is where we want to be. This is the goal when we are, and this is for any relationship, any interpersonal relationship. We want the boundaries to be healthy, a healthy boundary. You see how the circles are just right next to each other, not too far, not too close, just right. This is where we want it to be for any relationship. Okay, let's read the pros. And as you can see, there's no cons. Let's read the pros. Feel connected, feel support, strong sense of individual identity, and mutual support of goals and needs. Okay. So that's why I wanted to show you guys the different type of boundaries. I think it relates to this whole favorite person thing. It's definitely this right here. Also, if you have BPD and you are assigning people as your favorite person, it's because of this right here. I think this is the ding, ding, ding. You got it. Validation. Now, if you have BPD, even if you don't have BPD, the feeling of being validated feels good. I crave validation. Okay. I love when I'm heard. I love when I'm understood, when people relate to me, get me, listening to me. I love it. But once again, I don't take it to the extreme, but it does feel good. I won't assign anyone like, oh, you're my favorite person. Um, So that I don't go to the extreme, but it does feel good. And it kind of makes me understand why people with BPD assign people as a favorite person. It's because of validation. Okay, so let's read it all. I went over validation before on my other video, but like I said, it also correlates with this topic. So let's read what validation means. I'm at the top. Validation means finding the kernel of truth in another person's perspective or situation, verifying the facts of a situation, acknowledging that a person's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors have causes and are therefore understandable, not necessarily agreeing with the other person, not validating what is actually invalid. So, why validate? It improves our relationships by showing we are listening and understand. It improves interpersonal effectiveness by reducing pressure to prove who is right, negative reactivity, anger. It makes problem solving, closeness, and support possible when invalidation hurts. So, important things to validate: the valid and only the valid, the facts of a situation, a person's experiences, feelings, emotions, beliefs, opinions, or thoughts about something. Wow, that was powerful. We're going to go over that one in just a moment. And then suffering and difficulties. And then it says, remember, every invalid response makes sense in some way. Validation is not necessarily agreeing. Validation doesn't mean you like it, and only validate the valid. Let's go back to bulletin 3, where it says, box 3, where it says important things to validate. And in bulletin 3, this one is highly important. I think this is the icing on the cake. The ding, ding, ding. Yup, this is it. Let's read it again. Important things to validate is a person's experiences, a person's feelings and emotions, a person's beliefs, a person's opinions, or thoughts about something. Man, when all of those things are being validated, it's like a yes, I found the right person. Yes, it takes skills. Validation is a skill. You got to learn how to, because you have people that will tune you out. It's like talking to a wall. They don't validate what you're saying, your thoughts, like right here, your beliefs, your emotions, your feelings, is all being ignored. It's like, hello, can't you see that I'm feeling some type of way? Hello. And if they don't validate that, oh, such a terrible feeling. But when you are being validated, and that's something that I'm very good at, and this is why I think I was that person's favorite person. What I was saying in the beginning of the video, that I believe I was someone's favorite person, is because I am so good, you guys, at validation. I even proved it in some YouTubers. When I make a comment on people's channels, or and I make a comment, I let people know that I listen to what you said, and my comments be long. Not all of them, but a lot of them are long. Like I could type a whole paragraph, and I did it before on YouTubers' videos. It's because I am really good with validation. I am. And that's something that a lot of people have to learn. And I'm not talking about people with BPD. I'm saying there are other people out there that they suffer. I think they call it, like, if you have, like, what do they say? A main character syndrome. People that have like a main character syndrome, these people probably struggle with validation. It's hard to validate other people's feelings because main character, it's like me, 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 right? But for me, I'm like sidekick. I'm sidekick syndrome. I don't have a main character. So this is why also society can mold me how they want, or I wear a mask or something, because yeah, because of that. I'm just like a puppet. I'm like a puppet. So yeah, I have society has me on their strings, man. Society has me on their strings. So I don't suffer with main character. I'm like a people pleaser. I'm the sidekick. So yeah, so let's read that one more time, you guys. A person's experiences, feelings, emotions, beliefs, opinions, or thoughts about something. Man, that's important. I love validation. I love when people validate me. What about you? All right, so that is all that I have for the materials. I'm going to jump back to the TikTok because I have one more to show, and then I'll wrap things up. So I'm going to put my earphones back on, put my mic on mute. And so this is like a put a finger down. I don't know if this is a TikTok trend, but this is like a put a finger down game. You can join in, have your 10 fingers ready. And if you relate to what this person on the TikTok is saying, if you can relate to it, put your finger down. And then after that TikTok's done, I will come back. And I want to read some of the comments too. So I was thinking about maybe I should read some of the comments. If this video don't feel too long to me, then I probably won't. But yeah. All right, let me put my earphones back on, and we're going to continue with the TikTok audio.
Okay, here's Put a Finger Down, BPD Favorite Person Edition. Once again, this is not a diagnosis thing. This is just me trying to see if other people can relate to my experiences. So, all right. Put a finger down if you feel empty without a strong, intimate connection with someone and are constantly evaluating other people's potential to have that connection with you. Put a finger down if you become quickly fixated on a person that you have developed that connection with and you feel as if you've finally found what you've been looking for your whole life and you don't think anything is wrong with them as a person. Put a finger down if you find yourself ignoring a lot of your responsibilities and interests and prefer to focus on their interests and their personal identity. Put a finger down if you often find yourself waiting and scheduling your time around when they're next able to like text, call, or hang out with you. Put a finger down if you tend to go into panic or crisis mode, fearing that you will lose them if you feel their energy shift even a little bit. Put a finger down if you find yourself getting increasingly tense, anxious, irritable, or even like angry if too many minutes or hours pass where you have not been in touch with them. Put a finger down if you notice yourself imagining life without them somehow and thinking that you would rather die. Put a finger down if you find yourself running away or ignoring them when they're distant to see if they'll like chase after you or show you somehow that they care. Put a finger down if someone like this has broken up with you and you have felt the despair so deeply that you have either attempted to unalive you've ruminated on urges to do so for weeks, or you've had to take an extended leave of absence from work. Put a finger down if you have to recreate yourself after relationships with these people end, because you formed your whole sense of self around them and you don't know who you are anymore.
All right. How many fingers did you put down? Comment below. I want to hear from you. How many fingers did you put down? That was put a finger down. Like I said, I don't know if this is a TikTok trend, but this was put a finger down, the BPD favorite person edition. But I put 8 down. I put 8 down. And like I said, even though I do not assign people as like a favorite person, I can still relate to this topic. Why? Because I have BPD. Even with the put a finger down game, I was relating to a lot of things that this person was saying. Even though like I said, I don't assign anyone as a favorite person, a lot of that has to do with my boundary. You know, I'm the not too close type of person. I'm very distant. I love, I like to be lonely. I like, I like isolation. I'm, I'm very isolated and I don't like to bother people. However, I can still relate to a lot of things being said in the videos, in the TikTok audio, and even put a finger down. I just don't go to the extreme. Like I know that was favorite person edition, but I can still relate. And let me know as well. Let me know, like, yeah, me too. I don't assign people as a favorite person, but I can still relate to this because I still hear a lot of BPD symptoms. I heard a lot of BPD symptoms, and I can still relate to this, just not to the extreme. I don't hold people to very high expectations or put them on a very, very high pedestal. I can put people or even society on a pedestal, but not that high. And yeah, so that is what I wanted to show you guys towards the end. So once again, let me know how many fingers you put down. I put down 8. This stuff is still relatable to me. I kid you not. It is still relatable to me. I probably ever had a favorite person before. I just don't know it, but I don't know. I was doing some thinking of all my friendships, and no, I don't. It's still like no, I don't think I have ever had a favorite person, but I probably came close. All right, so the video didn't feel too long. I think I have enough time. I want to read some comments on the TikTok. So this is the comment section to this particular TikTok right here. I might read the other um comments. I think I just read the comments to this particular TikTok and then I'll come back to my screen and close out. All right, so this person says you do not want to be a BPD's favorite person. I know that's right. Sounds exhausting. It sounds exhausting not just for the favorite person, it sounds exhausting for both parties, right? I'm sure the favorite person and the person with the BPD is exhausting. It sounds so tiring. This person says, I am the FP of someone with BPD. It's extremely difficult to manage. I bet it is. This person says, can a favorite person also be the main abuser in the BPD person's life? That's a weird question. I'm sorry. I just got diagnosed with BPD and I'm trying to understand myself more. I would say, yeah, the favorite person can be the abuser. It makes me think of codependent. If you're very codependent, it makes me think of this right here. Codependent people stick with their, abusers. I'm not sure if I can even say that on YouTube, that word, but I believe the answer to that, yes, your favorite person can be, and you can actually still consider that person a favorite person. What do you guys think? Do you disagree? Do you guys agree? Did I read that already? All right, so this person right here says, I used to have a boyfriend who was my FP. That breakup was rough. Couldn't eat or sleep for days, and my body kept shaking uncontrollably. I'm so sorry, Miles. I didn't know why it was happening. Oh man. Mm. Okay, this person says, It's the worst to be someone's favorite person. Then they drop you. Whoa, but I'm not shocked. It just is splitting, the black and white, and then they drop you. And then when you get dropped, I also listen to some TikToks where another favorite person is like the person with the BPD is trying to find another favorite person. That's what I'm trying to say. I kind of got stuck in my thoughts there, but yeah, when you drop someone, when you drop a favorite person, I was listening to other TikToks, and yeah, they said you just go out and find, you'll try to go out and find another favorite person. And then this person says, why? Oh, why is Subway Surfers in the wall? This person says, okay, I've come full circle with this. Obviously, it's my own fault for not doing any research, but it went from no, my partner is the problem because they are the avoidant type to now I'm the problem because I have BPD. This person says, finally feel understood. I know that's right. See, when you feel understood, when that validation hits, it hits different. When you have BPD, validation hits different. This person says, "Bro, I definitely do this, and I feel so bad. My BF is so sweet. He really is, but sometimes he won't say I love you before he leaves, and I'll be annoyed at him for days until he apologizes, even if he didn't notice." This person says, is this a BPD thing only? Because I do this a lot. This person says, worst feeling in my life. Took 3 years to get rid of the feeling. It reopened today after seeing them again. It's been 8 months. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. This person says, the worst part is she had a BF, so she's my fave person, but I'll never be hers. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. So you would never be that person's favorite person. So you have a favorite person, but is your favorite person your favorite? Wait. Oh my lord, I'm confusing myself. Are you considered a favorite person to your favorite person? Woo! That made my brain hurt. But you get it? So I mean, if you relate to this, please let me know. Let me know because that's interesting. Because like I said, I don't. This is my first time ever hearing of a favorite person. So to the people with BPD, and you have a favorite person, are you that favorite person's favorite person's favorite person? Are you that favorite person's favorite person? Ooh, talk about a tongue twister, but you get it, right? You get it. So, and if you're not, let's continue that question. If you're not your favorite person's favorite person, how does that make you feel? I probably give you an idea. Let me ask my favorite person, hey, am I your favorite person? I probably gave you an idea. I'm gonna read a few more. That that made my brain hurt. I hope I made sense. I hope I made sense. This person says it's why I am spending time alone right now because I have realized I was treating someone like this and am trying to figure out the feeling so I can understand how to manage them without putting it on anyone. I'm glad. I love the self awareness, the goals. I hear the goals and the self awareness. Is this person says there a parallel? Is there a parallel of this phenomenon in autism? If I mean, if you would like to answer that question, you can let me know. If it is a phenomenal, if it's a parallel to that. I told my partners that they was this person says I told my partners that they was my favorite person with a screenshot of some post saying how deeply it negatively impacts me. One of them said he felt honored and happy that he was my favorite. Okay. I'm going to read maybe one more. This person says I've only had one FP ever and I would never ever wish that on someone. It was such a dark time for me. So, as you can see, you guys, being a favorite person is not good. Having a favorite person is not good. Okay. It's not good to be the favorite person or to have someone be your favorite person because of this deep connection. It's not good. And like she said in the TikTok, it may sound cute, but it's not. Favorite person sounds so cute, like, oh my goodness, I'm your favorite person. But to be honest, it's what it sounds like. It's more of a dun dun dun. Uh-oh. It's a uh-oh, like, uh-oh. You are a favorite person of someone with BPD. That's not good. No. You have to I gotta tell this person that it's not good that you're a favorite person of someone with BPD. It's not. Oh man. So that is all that I have for you all. I hope you enjoyed today's topic. If you are a favorite person, I'm sorry. In behalf of someone with BPD, I am sorry that you are a favorite person, but I mean, to be a favorite person, let me just say this. If you made it to that circle of friendship, that's amazing because it shows that you are good with something. You checked off the boxes on something. With the person with the BPD, you checked all the boxes. I'm trying to put some light to this. If to make it on that certain level of friendship with someone, that certain connection with someone with BPD, it's actually huge. Because a lot of people with BPD have trust issues. I know I have trust issues. So if you made it that far, that's actually like you check the boxes. You were good in a certain area, whether it was maybe validation, someone's emotions, because we already talked about motion regulation. You were good at something. Something made that person with BPD, your friend, go, oh, this is it. I found the one. You're the one. You did something to cause this. You did something. Okay. So I'm trying to have you look at it like, why am I your favorite person? You're just so good. So for me, you can check all the boxes, but I will not go to that extreme. You can be a person that's good with validation. What I don't even have boxes. See, all I can say is validation. That's it. Validation is what I crave. I don't even have other things you can check off that will make me be like, yes, you are going to be my favorite person. No. You will be in my circle of friendship though, but like I said, I don't think I'm going to assign you to as a favorite person. And a lot of this is because, like I said, my type of boundary is the not close enough. I am the not close enough. If you are codependent, you're the circle when the circles are like just on top of each other. I think you are most likely to assign someone as a favorite person. Let me know if you agree. All right. That is all. So once again, if you are the favorite person, I would love to hear from you. What are your experiences with it? And if you are the patron with the BPD who assigns people as your favorite person or you're very codependent, I also love to hear from you in the comment section as well. And also, what is your type of boundary relationships, your common boundary relationships? What category do you fall in? Are you like me, not close enough? Are you codependent? Or have you learned, that you're just like when I meet someone, I keep it mutual, like healthy boundaries, optimal healthy boundaries. I'm not the person that's not close enough or codependent, just right. Let me know if that's you as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you're new to my channel and you love how things are flowing over here, please subscribe, hit the bell, so that way you will know when I upload a new video. My returning subscribers, thank you so much for returning and watching my videos. I hope you are loving the new direction of my channel. A lot of my subscribers know what I'm talking about when I say another or a new direction of my channel. I hope you're loving it so far. And once again, thank you for returning. I love you so much for that. And I cannot wait for the next topic. Once again, if you have something that you would love for me to cover, it has to be mental health related. I forgot to add that in my other video. Um, any kind of content that you send to me in my email, make sure it's mental health related. So if there's a TikTok video that you've seen about mental health, anything related to that, an article from Instagram, an article from Facebook, whatever, an article from the web, and you would love for me to cover it on my channel, let me know. I would love to shout you out. If you don't want to be shout out or anything, it will be anonymous. I won't say, who you are. But if you have some content you would love for me to cover, there's my email down there popping in and out of the screen. Healing Speaks Chrissy. So it's the same as my channel name, very simple. Healing Speaks Chrissy at gmail.com. So yes, send all your content there. I may or may not cover it, but yes. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next one. I had so much fun with this one, and I cannot wait to go over the next one, the next topic. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.